Greetings, dear friends. Dragon here once again. Today is Sunday, the 16th of October. If you're watching this today or close to it, then thank you very much for signing up to the Patreon, because it means you're viewing this as a Patreon exclusive. To the rest of you, if you're viewing this a little bit later on than that, thank you very much for checking out the channel. Quick unboxing today, and this is for the almost released Zavvi Exclusive for Alex Garland's wonderful Ex Machina. A film that I previously had quite a fancy version of. I previously had and sold the Mantelab version, just the kind of single, not the one click, but wanted to get this one because it features cover art by one of my favourite artists, by Jock, aka Mark Simpson, like a pretty wonderful comic book artist who sometimes strays into doing covers for Blu-rays as well as kind of Mondo prints. Most folks in the UK might know him from his Raid Steelbooks. He did the Raid 1 and 2 for, I think, Entertainment Store when that was still a thing, and he did the Walking Dead Steelbooks amongst much more stuff than that, and is currently doing a pretty incredible job of writing Batman for any comic book fans. He's kind of currently working through a series of different Batman titles that he's also written as well as done all the artwork for, which is pretty damn cool. But today we're all about this, which is the Ex Machina set. Wanted to make the upgrade partly for Jock's art, and also because this is the 4K release, and now that I am happily 4K enabled, I kind of wanted to check out the movie in 4K. But enough rambling from me, let's take a little look inside. So like I say, this is a Zavvi exclusive. I'm not too sure if the Steelbook will be available outside of the box set that Zavvi are doing. I think it might well be the case. I did notice the last time there was one of these things that I thought was just going to be a Zavvi exclusive. It popped up on a few other sites, most notably on Amazon, so I shall keep an eye on that, and when it comes time to do a review, see if I can do a bit more of an update. But for the time being, you can only get it through Zavvi. So we have this nice outer slip with, thankfully, just a J card, which has been glued on with the normal horrendous sticky glue. Get that off. A nice image on the back. It's actually quite matte on the back. I didn't know what the quality of the printing was going to be like, because sometimes it can be a wee bit hit and miss. The one amazing thing about the Mantelab set, as expensive as it was, we were kind of paying for some pretty glorious quality printing. So on the back we got our J card, which tells us that there is pretty much exactly the same stuff on the disc as there was on the previous version. So featurettes, the story of the cast, the design, creating Ava and the Turing test. This obviously written and directed by Alex Garland, and not a lot of people make the connection that it's an A24 film, but it is. It was A24, I think Film 4, a few other people had funded it, but quite nice matte surround with Jock's art in the front. Inside we have a Steelbook, which is pretty similar, I think, to a few existing Steelbooks that are floating around. Not embossed or debossed at all, which the Mantelab one was, but that's still fine. And inside we got our 2 discs. This disc very similar to the standard Blu-ray release, that's something you already have. Nice little art on the inside. And then we get our 4K disc. Cover art a bit lazy, has to be said. Maybe could have used some more Jock's images there, would have been nice to see. But all in all, pretty good. I think maybe not quite as nice all round as the Manta Steelbook that I had before, but I sold that for twice the price that this was, so it was a bit of a no-brainer. And we get this nice book, which also features one of the other images that was on one of the other Zavvi Steelbooks that they did in the past. This is a movie that has had a lot of different versions, as is often the case for most of the big studio pictures. But we get a book, which is a mixture of synopsis about the production, casting, Donald Gleason there, some production sketches. Pretty much a movie that really has largely a cast of 3. So obviously Alicia Vikander playing the central character of the android, and then Donald Gleason and Oscar Isaac. Pretty cool, nice. And then production, overviews of all the main players involved, along with sketches for the house and things there. Pretty good, and kind of fully bound. Then we get a little card envelope. Inside here, I think, is going to be our art cards. So same image on the back of just the film's logo. These are quite glossy, quite well produced, and kind of quite thick card. That's one of the main sort of publicity shots that they used in most places. And then I think that's a slice of Jock's concept art. as is that, as is that, as is that, and as is that, which is the main draw for me. I kind of really wanted to get the Jock cards. Pretty nice, all in all, and an awful lot more reasonable than the Mantelab set, which still is going for stupid money. So I think if you did want to go down that route of getting the standalone or the Mantelab one-clicks, expect to not get a huge amount of change back from kind of 80 quid for the standalones and then up to 300 for the one-clicks. It's pretty crazy. So for this set, which is I think £39, and if you don't want all the printed materials, if you're not fussed about the Jock art, you can just get the Steelbook for even less than that if you're just interested in the 4K. But that is pretty much it. I will do a review once I've had a chance to check out and see what the quality of the 4K restoration is like. Thank you very, very much again to all who have already signed up to the Patreon. I think we've broken double figures. We're up to 11 now, which I am absolutely thrilled at. So my eternal thanks go out to Kevin Smith, to Johnny Wheats, to Dustin Lewis, to Owen Jones, to Carlos, to Asian Cinema Guy, to Matteo Miskic, to the Big Movie Freak, to Andy T, to Andy Dolloway, and to our new recruit, Alistair Dyson. Thank you so much to all of you. It really means the world to me that you're supporting and sticking by the channel. I'm quite overwhelmed at how quickly the Patreon has taken off. So I have loads and loads and loads of things planned. A lot more exclusive content, a lot more kind of early access videos, but kind of want it to be quite interactive. So do let me know over on Patreon in the comments what sort of videos you're looking forward to and any other ideas for other videos that you would like to see. I'm kind of thinking of maybe doing another focus on a few different cover artists inspired by this Jock title that's just arrived, and kind of looking at a few other artists that are maybe not quite as well known. But thank you so much for watching this. I've been the Fanatical Dragon. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.